Hello, everyone, and welcome to Old World. We are back live with another 2025 Community Tournament match. This is the semi-final of the championship bracket. Very, very exciting times. This is the last match in the upper bracket. Whoever wins this match will be the finalist. I have a co-caster with me today. We're going to give our friend Blaj a call. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Blaj. We are going live right now. I just started and gave you a call. So we are live with chat and YouTube. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Exciting times. Did you catch the first half of this? I caught bits and pieces.
Yeah, I watched it after. I watched the start and I had to go for my game, but after that I watched it today.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fighting. I think Aran has to pull back now with this monster hostility here because can't really do anything with that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The hostility is definitely going to change the situation. For those tuning in now and maybe who haven't picked up on the first half, basically we've had a lot of fighting over this central city of Aventism. And it was a harrowing start for Carthage. Klass threw everything he had to try and to defend it, but actually failed and traded tons of units to do so. And now we have another battle going forward up top here in Augusta Trevorn, or however you say that. And yeah, it should be very interesting. Aran has been very aggressive in this game, which has been interesting to see. Normally, in my experience watching him in the tournament, he's a little bit more reserved. He certainly takes the fight to his opponent when he's ready to, but usually he spends the first half of the game building up.
Yeah. I think the only thing that kept Klass in this game was the Sword of the Gods for his first ruler, because otherwise he would have been ran over. But now he had time to get Hastati, and I think he can actually, if he can get like 3 or 4 Hastati, he can even start pushing back. And Aran needs to find a way to counter them, because I don't know if he's stacking range units. That would be the best, probably.
Yeah, it'll certainly be interesting to watch out for because there are currently 2 Hystastis in the field. There's one more coming from the champion seat, capital city. Only 4 turns it takes. Rome did secure this central location by the Gulf of Oro and the Thermaic Gulf across this tiny little peninsula here. So that's going to create some tension for the south side of the map as well. Definitely really impressive resilience here, I have to say, on the part of Klass, because there was in the first half of this game, there was a moment where Klass, when trying to defend the central city, ate something like a 4 or 5 person route chain. Like he stacked up 4 warriors to try and kill something like an axeman or something, and or maybe like the zealot ruler or whatever it was, and then just in time for the Stompy Boy to come in with the unique bonus cards to come in and just route all 4 units. And I was talking to some people and I was thinking how it's like the level of determination and resilience to play this game sometimes I think is crucial, because losing 4 units in one strike I think could cause many players to just surrender right there. You know, especially when I'm pretty sure at the time that Carthage was much stronger. Now Carthage had dropped down to stronger. So it's really nice to see players who hang on and are willing to fight through the thick of it. And yeah. see where it ends up, because with a couple of Hesteste in the field, we have an archer over here as well. We have a hero on the throne for Rome, a launch offensive in the queue, ready to go. It'll be interesting to see what happens here, and if Klass is able to kind of like punch back.
Yeah, he could. Like with enough hastati, he can. I'm fairly sure he can contest the middle side if Aran doesn't get something more until then. I think getting bows would be quite good for him.
Well, the things I want to look at is order pair. They have relative order parity at the moment, which is good news for Rome. Oh, we're going in. All right, hold on. We're gonna take out this. Oh, wow, cool. All right, we're taking out a slinger. That's an easy hit there. Does expose this spear to a couple of axes, but I'm not sure that they're really going to want to hang around, although that is our hero. So if the hero dies, that'll kind of reduce the threat in the region. I think this is a bonus. Oh, no, that's
Yeah,
Elite Amazon. I thought this was a
kill the
camel archer.
spear with two commander axes, and well, not right now, no. Interesting.
Also, if you're with us live, just give us a sound check. If you make sure you can hear Blaj and myself okay. Just want to make sure that the audio levels are good. All right. So, yes, we did bring up... What's up?
Second hastati is here. All right. Yeah, I think Aran is in a bit of trouble now.
All right, we are going in for a zone of control lock on this axeman against this mountain here. We have 8 orders left. Can we kill this commander? If we can remove this commander from the field now, that would be a strong opportunity here to reduce the threat level. We're definitely going to kill that axe that's pinned as long as that commander can't come up and really ruin our day. This is an incredible match. This is like, I can't get over this. I actually had to stop watching, I think, for the last 20 minutes of this match. So I didn't even catch that Bellum here was actually taken. And yeah, it's definitely very interesting to see the level of momentum that is on
Yeah, that was a very
Klass's
sneaky
side.
play by Klass, but it's very hard to contest this city if it's settled, so
Yeah.
clever.
And that's
And
just...
it leaves up the coast, so you can reinforce it easily.
And that's the type of stuff that I can't get over when watching this level of play here, because it's like Klass pushed this central site with 2 or 3 units while there was an army of like 6 to 8 units moving to his northern city, and the amount of like, man, to just be able to keep your cool and be able to make decisions like that while you're being pressured on a different front, rather than having yourself so distracted by continue basically to just throw units away into the meat grinder, which is kind of what happened in the central site at first. It's just so cool to see. I want to check here some science stats. Orders are good, and science, actually, our players are pretty neck and neck in science. There's a science rate of 40 for Aran and 29 for Rome, but they both have about 11 to 1200 science in the tech tree total, so they're pretty even there as well, which is the thing that you want to be watchful for after a first half of intense combat, because that's going to slow both players down. And I'm starting to think here that this is probably not going to be good news for Carthage, because I feel like the level of pressure that was placed on the central city, and then even moving northward to this extra city, was trying to like posture to end the game, kind of like do enough morale damage to Klaus psychologically as a player to get him to be like, all right, well, you've really killed a shitload of my units, and I guess I just have to gonna give up now. And that hasn't happened.
Aran is 1 damage short of killing this Hastati with the axe and 2 club throwers, so that's kinda sucks.
Oh, that is amazing.
Because it's 11 damage with the 2 club throwers and the axe.
Let's see if he maybe has something in Force March range to figure that out.
I mean, he can do it with the Amazon, so like ping it with an Amazon or something, but he will have to expose his troops for that, so that's the main issue.
Yeah. And another stat I want to throw out there from the first half going into the second half is that Rome has currently lost 19 units compared to Carthage's 12. And of course, some of those units were probably tribal mercenaries. So significantly heavier losses for Rome so far. But I think they're just going to be able to shrug this off. Yep. Looks like you were right about that call there, Blaj. I suspect the commander would not have retreated unless he was able to get a kill. But, yep, no kill secure there. And we're going to lose another axe. We lost a slinger already. And now we're going to be losing an axe. And let's see. I want to keep an eye on the power score.
Like, Aran is really starting to pump specialists instead of military, so...
Yeah, that's interesting.
He gets caught by lots of Hastati. I think he may be in trouble. Like, Klass rushed Hastati as well here.
Yep, right down here.
3 turns in Roma, so that will be 4 Hastati soon. And I think the champion seat is just going to be pumping Hastati for the foreseeable future. So
it'll be interesting to see if Klass basically attempts to do the same thing and just tries to go all in here rather than kind of win this fight, back off for a little bit, build up, and try to play a longer game here. I feel like Aran would probably be content to lick his wounds and just kind of build up, as we can see indicated by the level of specialists being built in. I suppose this is indicating to me that he maybe not necessarily expecting Rome to advance in on him after securing a couple of these kills and defending himself. So I'll be curious to see if Klaus decides to return fire and push to center.
I think I would be cutting these scrap tiles so that because the club throwers do okay damage still to Hastati, I think, in an open terrain, so he can defend okay with that.
Both have almost the exact same orders per turn, 34 to 33 orders coming in per turn. That's incredible. That's really, really nice.
And Klaus did very nicely building up his iron economy. Like, he really threw every worker into it, and now he's at a pretty good spot. There was a point that he ran out of iron, spamming all the warriors in every city, so...
Yeah, we did do a lot of iron building up right around the time that our Hystastis were coming online, getting ready to go. These mines everywhere kind of sprung up quickly in Rome, and in Carthage. Carthage has a little bit of iron income, but let's actually see who had the better economy here. Relatively even, both making, well, one's making 50 stone, and the other one's making 30. And one's making 30 iron, and the other one's making 100. So, I guess, since iron is the thing that Klaus actually needs right now, that's the net advantage to Klaus, I suppose. One thing I'm thinking about too is like I'm pretty sure Aran started with a zealot, so I'm thinking that you know what I like here? I like that he didn't actually secure this axe kill. I don't know why I like this, but it looks like is he done with his turn yet? Yeah, he is. He took time to heal up. He's in no rush to kill this axe because this axe isn't going anywhere. That's awesome.
Yeah. Just asserting dominance.
I kind of dig that. Yeah, I would have expected to go in with the kill, but he took the opportunity to heal the Hestasis, which probably makes sense to be honest, because you don't want a surprise attack from your opponent, and trading an axe for a Hestasis is just not going to be worth it.
Yeah, and Klass is going for a civics boost next. Maybe he's thinking of rushing even more Hastati. So I think there could be a very strong push here.
Yeah.
Soon.
I'm actually taking a peek around Carthage, trying to identify what we have for maybe an elephant situation, and it doesn't really look like we have any, and the wider seat has nowhere near developing, so there's going to be no 6th strength unit anytime soon, unless, yep, we're not up near land consolidation, we're not up near machinery yet, nor stirrups. Yeah, we're just going to be hammering away. Our only 5 strength unit right now is steel, which is just horrific. I think the best
Pride does, but Steadfast is really hampering them. So
I think the best defensive play here Aran has, we're actually teching drama and we're taking drama while composite bow is in the hand. I would like to see a swap, even though we're so close to finishing drama. Maybe we'll get lucky and composite bow will come back, but I think the best play for Aran here is maybe getting composite bow to get more range damage.
He's
and then also the ballista. Yeah, he's cutting. That's great.
Exactly
that makes sense.
As I said. Yeah. Even building, I thought it would be a fort, not a garrison, but it's a strong position here because you can go around the mountains. So.
All right. This is so awesome. What a great fight. My favorite games, you've been in quite a few games like this. My favorite games of Old World, especially to watch, have been the ones that have had more than one conflict, and I just think it's very interesting when you have a fight or a match between people and they fight multiple times within the match, and regardless who wins, right? I just think it's so interesting that like you can have one battle or 2 battles happen throughout the course of a match, and it's not just that single battle defining a game, and you actually have the ability to kind of retreat, get your defenses back online, and come back in, later, or maybe defend yourself later. It's really cool. That doesn't necessarily mean like, it's still entirely possible, like maybe this opening attack and everything that Carthage threw into it, we could, say ultimately perhaps cost Aran the game. But I mean, in the event that he loses.
Yeah.
It's difficult to, hindsight's 2020, right? Like you can always make stuff like comments like that. I think it's I think as a viewer, though, it's still cool when the players kind of toss the ball back and forth, if so to speak. We do have a tactician on the throne for Carthage now, a brand new tactician.
Did he abdicate?
Let's take a peek.
Was it I think it was a regent. Yeah, rightful heir. Okay.
Oh, rightful heir. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Wait a minute.
Good defensive leader here.
Oh, no. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm confused by that. Oh, okay. We also had a tactician. Sorry, we have a tactician half brother that's our heir, but he was ascetic, so he can't be a general. I got confused. I thought that was the current general on the throne, but it's not. Yeah. All right.
Family opinion is looking really good for Rome right now. I don't know about Carthage.
Carthage only has the traders. Who's a fan of them? Yeah, politics in Rome is fantastic, all on the green. We have friendly with the traders family, so if a couple influence missions, and maybe we can get... oh, yeah, we can make this guy's... we can intercess and influence... What? Why can't we do any... Oh, we can't do that with the landowner head because she's exploring. That's always annoying. Yeah, so really strong opinion in Rome. And in Carthage, politics is a little bit more dubious. The statesmen aren't too happy. The riders is, fine. They're mediocre. But the traders love us. And I think we only have one trader's city. Oh, there's 2 trader cities. So mostly statesmen and riders.
Why is the Hastati retreating? I wonder.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. Also, he's building a Byreme. I saw that last turn. So, Aran also has a Byreme finishing in 3 turns.
What I think would be really cool to see out of Rome here is maybe dipping into colonies for a little bit and buying along this Gulf of Oro here and giving some mobility. Also, I just want to say, I think it's awesome.
Yeah,
Aran has been naming all of the landmarks off of people from the tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was mentioned in the cast before.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
I wonder if Klass is trying to go for a naval bypass here, and that's why he retreated with the Hastatus, and he will try to invade this southern peninsula, because I could see it happening.
Well, wow, man. The Roman coastline is almost entirely collapsed, so this Hystastus from Italica can get all the way to the peninsula of Bellum in its full fatigue movement. So even if Carthage shows up with some ships, I don't really think that's going to do too much because you're going to need a lot of ships if you're going to block that movement for Rome to be able to hop around. Let's get an archer here too. Yeah, an archer way north of Roma can get all the way to the southern side of the peninsula near Bononia. That means any Hystastus coming out of Rome will likely be able to get all the way to Bellum as well. I would not be surprised if both Bellum and Rome can make it. Italica and Roma can make it to Bellum. So yeah, there's lots of potential for Klass to kind of decide maybe he doesn't need to go through the center and just send his army wherever Carthage isn't.
Yeah. And the thing is that this tactician leader can almost alone hold off the entire army here, so with very little support, I think. So he can send a bigger force down south, and Aran will have a lot of, well, not that much problem repositioning, but he still has to move on the road, and it's further away than by sea.
Yeah. Where do you think you would put the hero in this situation if you're Rome? I feel like I don't want this hero on a spear.
Yeah.
Hard to make them melee.
The casters were saying that he didn't put it on the Hastatus at the start because he wanted the stronger unit to attack twice potentially. I think that's clever thing to do. But now he has another Hastatus or the Archer that he could put it on. So
Yeah. Being able to attack twice is always nice. It's just harder to position the launch offensive when you do that, although you can still get most of it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he moves that off of the spear. The spear is a little damaged as well. Getting a civics boost coming online. So let's check at the tech position where we left off here. So we... what turn are we on? We're turn 50? Okay, that's solid. Alright. It's so interesting to see the games that have so much conflict, by the way, because it's turn 50, and both of our opponents have 40 and 30 science, respectively, compared to some games we've seen where players can get, like, into 100 science in the first 50 turns, and that difference is going to be because of the conflict, hands down.
yeah, fighting really slows down, especially if like you are building warriors out of 7 cities. Not much science progress you can make there. I saw that Aran is attacking architecture now, so I think he's
Wow,
maybe
yeah.
not respecting, but I didn't really have a good option there. But I think he may be trying to go economy too heavy, like science or.
The hero just got a mysterious sword. This is mysterious sword number 2. We'll see if this transfers to the Sword of the Gods. It's not always guaranteed to transfer. We saw a game where a player got the mysterious sword and held onto it for something absurd, like something like 40 turns, and it never changed to the Sword of the Gods, which was the most wild thing I'd ever seen, because normally when I get the mysterious sword, it changes. I've gotten the mysterious sword and had it immediately transform into the Sword of the Gods pretty much on like the next turn. So to have it go 50 turns without swapping is just wild to me. Aran going architecture here, wild.
Yeah. I wonder what the chance for that is. I will look at it in the event browser after this, because I'm curious.
Wild. I am fascinated by this architecture pick here. I think Aran is really, really crossing his fingers that Klass is going to not choose to be aggressive here, because this is 8 turns on an architecture. We're only going to get us... He has to be doing this for engineering and maybe wonder spamming is his thinking here. What do we have?
But he also didn't have really good options, because monasticism and coinage are both also very slow techs here. And spoked wheel is useful, but chariots will not be very good with all these spears running around. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd probably want spoked wheel just for the cycle. Like if I'm trying to get the comp bow,
to cycle.
Yeah,
and get the bows.
Or what else do we have? Sorry, what do we have? We have monasticism would get us. What would that give us? Anything good? I guess monotheism. So more orders. We have Zorro. We have Zorro in not enough cities, but we can spread it. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Good morning, Fluffy Bunny, and welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us in chat. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Fluffy. The culture for architecture. The only thing I'm thinking is here, he's got civics. He has a decent economy. I'm thinking that maybe Aran is hoping that he can grab engineering. Because that'll be another law, but again, he's not anywhere near 7 law timing. in his only seat that can produce his unique unit. So the law tempo doesn't seem to be that important. But maybe he wants a wonder spam.
He can't really build a base either because his culture is really abysmal. Like only the capital has developing, I think.
Yeah, I think monasticism would have been the better play there. Now,
citizenship, okay.
I have
30 points.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So speaking of that, here's another fascinating pick. We have machinery and citizenship in the exact same hand. We have the dominant position that Rome is sitting on, and we're going citizenship. So I guess Aran's gambit here might be correct. It looks like, because I'm operating on the assumption that Aran's hoping for a breather here. Maybe he went in. He did secure a city, so technically he won this battle, but I definitely think he got himself into a position where, Klass has shown that he has teeth, right? He's not going to go down without a fight. So I think Aran is content to sit back and build up here. And the question is, does Klass let him? And I think with this citizenship grab and not machinery, that's signaling to me that maybe Klass isn't going to go full speed into this. Which, of course, is probably a good thing. You could run into the same situation where you just throw yourself on all your forces at the central city. Maybe you win the city, maybe you take this back, but the entire time, maybe your opponent's just building specialists and getting a science lead, which you definitely don't want. We're building a road network across this peninsula here. That could be worthwhile. Let's see. Interesting.
I think we may still see that naval invasion by Rome. I don't know if he has a scout around here. So he sees that there is only a bunch of tribal units around.
It looks like we're staging down in this peninsula as well. We have... And that's what's going to be so nice with this naval movement. But we will see a naval conflict because we have a Byreme coming out in Hippus Regius in 1 turn, and then a Byreme coming out in Bononia in 3 turns. It might be worthwhile to have one of these heavy military centers, like maybe your champ seat, churn out a 3 turn Byremes.
The middle champ city is also making a Byreme.
Yeah. Oh, that's 5 turn Byreme. Wow, that's nice. That's really nice.
The Carthaginian, I think Carthage Byreme was very slow, like 10 turns or something. So
yeah, with 10, it was something. This is a 10 turn Byreme. Crazy. Do we have any other Byremes coming out at the moment? No, that is our only Byreme with the first ship in the water, but it's just 1. So I'll be curious to see what he chooses to do with it. If he puts it in circle formation immediately, do we have a city we can hide it into? We could hide it in Sabrata if things start looking bleak for us. Klass, actually, that's a good call out. Let's look at tempo for that citizenship. Okay, yeah, all right. That makes sense. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Citizenship makes 7. That actually does make complete sense why we're grabbing citizenship over machinery. Again, Klass will be able to read the map and determine that there are no elephants anywhere. All he needs to do is keep track of the culture level in Hadrematon, and to ensure that his opponent doesn't have an 8 strength unit, basically. And yeah, he could spam Hystastes the entire time it takes him. He has citizenship and monasticism queued up. It's a bummer that they're both in the same hand. Let's see what we'll cycle. We have another draw pile to go through. All this military production, and we don't have military drill at all. All right, yeah, this is looking interesting. 5 turns on a Byreme here, 3 turns on a Byreme here. I'd maybe churn 1 out from the champ seat and then go back to Hystastes. 3 ships feels like a good number. Not to sit on, but like 3 for something. Probably because I think that's the number of hits you need to kill one ship instantly.
Yeah, you can kill one with 3 ships.
Yeah.
Also, he's upset with the statesman, so his Byron is weaker. Which it really sucks in naval combat. I had a big player island match, and family opinion is very important in naval fights. It's important in land fights as well, but...
Excuse me. All right, we have Aran taking advantage of colonies. He's going to start collapsing this coast. Oh, man. It's just a bummer. If Klass were just, like, maybe ready to go in, like, 5 turns, he could really just hammer this southern peninsula before and could really do shit about it. That would be awesome to see, but I don't think he's going to have the time. Yeah, we're going to be buying tiles now. We have the economy certainly to support this. Now, what was I going to say, though? I was thinking about something else. Oh, well, I forgot. Oh, well. Oh, the opinion situation in Carthage, I remember now. We do have a very, very happy pagan religious head who we could use to convert our other 2 families. And if we did that, that would rectify our opinion situation swimmingly. We have nearly 300 opinion with the pagan faith. So we can solve our opinion issues pretty easily as Carthage.
Klass is chopping a lot of wood for some reason. I wonder... it's already spent. But what did he spend it on?
Probably to build more mines. I'm seeing it build another mine right here. Yeah, he's probably just clear chopping and turning it into iron. It's like, especially if he's doing 7 laws, which is what Fluffy thinks he's doing, and I think that's correct. He literally just doesn't even need wood at all. He can just throw a bunch of stasis at his opponent and hope that they collapse. Now, the other thing that we'd be thinking of for Klass here is... Sorry, not Klass. Aran is hydraulics. We've got to get to hydraulics as quickly as possible. That can shut down the Hestasis.
Ooh. Double commander Hastati here. That's pretty nasty. Triple commander, actually.
Triple, yeah. That's incredible. Definitely some strong staging on a Klass here. We just need a way across. If Aran goes fishing with this ship, he will be able to spot the staging, though. Let's see the vision he has down here. Yeah, he has no vision on the southern peninsula, but a quick foray into the ocean will give him eyes on that. So that should be something he could kind of take a peek at if he wants to. Be curious to see what he chooses to do with this ship now that it's built.
Also, I think it's like Rome shows us similar to Carthage right now, but it's not really true in reality because the tribal units are much less useful against. Like both of them are 6 strength for the calculation, but they do basically nothing against Hastati, I think.
I'll be curious if Klass waits for the 7 laws, because the 7 laws is going to be something like 20 turns from now, give or take, or more. So, I don't know, I'd be curious. Let's take a look at that power grab, by the way. Yeah, we have shot up. Look at this. We've had 2 conflicts where Rome just got decimated in both of these conflicts. By the way, this was pretty much all one conflict, really. We started fighting over that central city around turn 26, and then a massive shutdown of Rome, and it was looking very, very bleak for Klass, and he kind of clawed his way back against his opponent and then just got hit This is probably right around the turn the Stompy Boy did like a 4 or 5 warrior route chain, and then we just look at it. We came climbing right back up. That's incredible.
Oh, and they're rushing another Hastatus. I think he's going now.
Oh yeah, he's going now. Yeah,
and
100%.
It takes 31 turns to get too strong in the capital. So
on that note, go ahead.
I guess the statesmen are close, like they are 4 turns away. So
yeah. So on that note, let's take a look at the Carthaginian military here, because let's see what we have to deal with this nonsense. We have 14 units total. 3 of them are axemen. 2, 4, 6, 7 of them are mercs. So they're going to get steadfasted. And then 3 of them are slingers. That is horrifying. That is horrifying. If we take a comparison, a gander back at Rome, we will see significantly more units. We have 18 units, and 2, 4, 6 of them are stasis. 2, 4, 6, 7 of them are spears. And again, we have a handful of mounted mercs. Oh man, things are looking bleak for our man Aran. But Aran has weathered some storms before. When anticipating this matchup, I likened it to a contest of an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. I view Klass as an unstoppable force. He just dominates maps, overwhelms his opponents, and just outclasses, right? And then Aran, on the other hand, Aran doesn't ever do anything particularly too flashy. I think his most flashiest maneuver in this game so far was his Egyptian 7-law timing attack. He just kind of cranked that out in 50, 60 turns and then just, dealt a killing stroke to the opponent. But for the most part, I think Aran is a steady player who just kind of doesn't make mistakes, basically. That's the big thing. And Fluffy even said in chat about this architecture pick, said it seems like a rare mistake on the part of Aran, and I feel like that's how I would describe his play. It's nothing flashy, just flawless, right? It's just steady play. So I've been so looking forward for these two players to go up against each other because I think they're both very strong players, but I think they're both very strong for entirely different reasons, which is so cool.
Yeah. I think the main issue for Aran was that the Sword of the Gods ruler almost single-handedly held that attack, and I think without it, Klass would have been rolled over, but
we have another
sword, capitalize on his timing, and now he's getting behind on military a lot.
Yeah, this is incredible. And I think the other issue we have for Aran here is the fact that he's in build-up mode, right? I think he's viewing his opponent as similar, competent. He's viewing himself as having flexed the field against his opponent, kind of like, I attacked, I took your city, yeah, you pushed me away a little bit, but that's fine, whatever. We don't have the best vision out of Aran. We could probably spend like a little foray into Roman territory, just take a turn, send your scout out. And yeah, it'll be interesting because there's no military build. There's no further military build-up in Carthage at the moment. We have a slinger coming out. We had an axe come out this turn, and not a single build queue is building a military unit at the moment, which is normally not something I like to see. And if we look on the other side of the map, we have 4 queues building military units, and we already have more units than our opponent, and they're better units than our opponent. So yeah, not looking good long term for Aran. Although he does have the better science rate, I believe, right? Yeah, his science is so economically, he's getting up there. He has the better economy. He's crossing his fingers for the long game here, and judging from what I see here, it doesn't. Can I make that chat go away? That's annoying. Oh yeah, judging by what I see here, it doesn't look like Klass is gonna give Aran the privilege of the long game. We have a hero now on an archer. Take a peek at what this archer can do. Sword of the Gods, 13 damage to a slinger, 9 damage to a fortified axe. Crazy. That was a fast 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm thinking how well could Aran block the coast, but it's quite a long coast to block if the two bireams come out. Like,
well,
almost 15 tiles, I think so.
Well, one good thing for Aran, by purchasing up this coastline, he's going to deny a path for his opponent to come in over land. And yeah, then it just becomes a question of, can Aran muster the units to body block enough coastline to deny Rome a foothold? That's going to require a lot of units. Let's see how far we can get. Oh man, this is so incredible.
Well, he's making workers so that he can block with them.
Honestly, we probably don't even need boats. With the training we have, a couple force marches, we could kill a lot of this stuff. At least one of these units, and then we could just, I think we could honestly march right in to Carthage right now. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. I didn't think of that, but yeah, it's quite.
Well, Boldus, they say that the pen is mightier than the sword, and I think we'll have to rely on Aran to prove to us if that is in fact true.
I think a bireme was rushed somewhere because he's about to have 3 and we were tracking 2 of them, I think. Or just beat it in the championship, I don't know.
We have 2 biremes currently, and we have 1 coming out. Yep, so that'll be the 3rd bireme, yeah. So this fascinates me. With all the aggression we have down south, this fascinates that we're getting walls up top in this northern frontier. I suppose maybe the thinking there, I'm gonna only leave a couple of units, and if he aggresses, I want it to hold as long as I can. However, honestly, one thing I would love to see in this game that we have not yet seen in the tournament yet now, if Aran decided to go all in on this northern city, I would just take my entire army that's already staged in the south, and I'd go south, and I'd race them. I'd race to the capital, because I'm pretty sure with what I have, I would win that race.
Yeah.
I'd be really...
City defense bonus is really useful, I think, in these race situations. Not that I have been in any, but...
What an amazing, amazing game this has been. It's only turned 55, and it really looks like we're getting ready for a definitive, decisive endgame conflict. And yet, it feels as if our players have been fighting almost nonstop since about turn 25 anyway. And yet the action, I cannot believe the output from Klass here. And I think, for a long time throughout the tournament, we've been talking about how Rome can be a counter, or champions nations in general. Like, I did this, this happened to me. Aran defeated me when I played Carthage, and by running a champion nation, he ran, what was it? Assyria. And champion nation, that output that you get, a decent unique unit, and yeah, just a steady hand, weathering the storm, no matter how much your opponent throws at you. I
see
think.
that
Go ahead.
Carthage is moving the scout, so he may suspect something that doesn't see any units anywhere, so that maybe a surprise is coming and is trying to find it. But
He's
we'll
getting
see.
baited by his own strength. This is the most fascinating. This is like a meta commentary on Carthage, really, because it's like Carthage, yes, has the absolute ability to overwhelm your opponent early on. We've seen that time and time again, how it can feel almost insurmountable to deal with that tribal horde, and you're just going to die to it. But the other side of that spectrum is now that the dust has settled and we're trying to kick back and develop in our economy, since we don't have vision on this army, we are getting baited by the fact that our power graph, our power level is similar to our opponent. I have to think that Aran is under the assumption that Rome is still building up from the beating that they took in the first half of the game, and yet what's contributing to our power is a bunch of mercs, mostly. Like, our army is still mostly mercs. But it's half. It's about half and half. So
what's the threshold for stronger? Do you know? Like the difference in military.
it's something like 200%. Yeah, he's not going to meet it anytime soon. He's got quite a ways to wait to go. But the thing that I'm concerned, there we go. We have a scout movement to grab some stone, and we have our first. Unfortunately, that is our very last movement of this round for Aran. The final, he had one order left, but pretty much. Oh man, with one order left, he got his eyes on this horrifying army down here. Oh man.
I wonder if we will see build queue changed or not.
Yeah, we'll have to keep eyes on that. We have a bunch of workers queued up. 3-turn worker, 2-turn worker. Apprentice officer. Yeah, tons of workers, man. He's fully being baited into the idea that he's kicked the crap out of Klass Koala enough that he's just going to take 20 to 30 turns before he can come back at Carthage. And I think Klass is moving on a much quicker timeline than Aran is preparing for. Oh, politics in Rome has taken quite a bit of a dip, though. It looks like we maybe had a change of ruler or a change of patriarch here, or maybe an event or something. Yeah, builder versus hero, so that must have changed. That's always shitty to deal with. Oh, the other thing that citizenship will get us, that's another interesting thing about this. This will allow us to adopt paganism as our state religion, which will increase our opinion with them.
Wait, do you need citizenship for that?
Fluffy in chat is saying similar power is something like 80 to 125% of the power that you have as your opponent. Much stronger is 250%.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's basically, we've seen this before. You can have something like 700 power and your opponent can have something like 900 or 1100 power, and they won't be at much stronger yet. So the gap between something like similar and stronger is pretty wide, and then from stronger to much stronger is even wider. So definitely difficult to get a sense of how strong your opponent actually is. Especially one thing, to be honest, I check this every round when things get intense, because I want to keep a track of when my opponent crosses a threshold. So if I can see my opponent, if I'm Rome, as soon as I see my opponent dip into weaker, now I have an actual sense, a concrete sense of where they might actually be number-wise in power, because I can do the math for myself.
Is the timer ticking for you?
The timer is not ticking for me. Oh,
I wonder if somebody disconnected or something, because
yeah, it could be a little bit of lag here. Lag for me? Yep, lag for Aran. Chat isn't working for Klass as well. Alright, yeah, they'll sort that out. Twelve of you in the chat live with us now. Appreciate you being here. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, do not forget to give us a like and a subscribe. Leave a comment on the semifinal. Also, if you missed the first half, it's on the Mohawk YouTube channel now. You can watch that there. And yeah, man, I apologize if I'm a little low energy at this point. I was up a little late last night, and I decided I didn't trust myself not to oversleep, so I decided to just stay up all night in anticipation of casting this match, because I just love Old World that much. I'm an insane man. I actually when I decided I was going to stay up for the match, I spent the last 2 or 3 hours playing Old World, because it's an addiction. All right. It looks like we're going to have to rehost this match. So I'm going to hop out and wait on them to do that. I won't interrupt the stream. Should only take 1 second. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, feel free to skip ahead. And we'll see how this goes.
I think it's rehosted already.
Yeah, they'll have to use it. It does auto save, so that's all right. Wow, even loading into that is lagging up. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, yep. They'll rehost. That is kind of funny. I think that might have been... Did we end on the turn where Aran just spotted the entire Roman army? I would be surprised if we loaded the game and suddenly Carthage makes a very different turn.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry for the delay, technical difficulties. Those of you watching live, we will get this back up in no time. Excuse me, I do apologize if I yawn. I'm going to take this opportunity to get myself a drink of water. I'll be right back. We're just waiting for the game to get hosted again. You saying it's you said it was rehosted already?
No, it was the previous instance of the game, I think, because it disappeared now.
Well, Blaj, now that I have you here, I have to say that watching you play has been one of my favorites in the tournament. I think it's fascinating how you lost your first match and going down to the elimination bracket, and then you've won every game since, and you're still up against Alcaris at the moment, but that's shaping up to be a pretty decent game for both of you guys. And yeah, no, I think your resilience is pretty impressive, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, almost every one of my games is like a huge desperate fight where I try to stay alive and then go ahead on tech or something.
So you know what? It's interesting because that's what I was talking to somebody about this, and I was saying how your strength was on display. I think what separates you from other players is your ability, kind of like what we were talking here with Klass Koala against Aran, your ability to kind of get involved in a tough fight or a bad fight or even a losing fight, and you just stay in it. You don't give up. You just keep going until, you know, I don't know, the bitter end. And I think that strength was on display even in your very first match, which you did lose, because I remember loading in. I didn't watch the final part of that stream, but I loaded in, I think, to do the post-game chat or whatever. But I remember loading into the final few turns of that game, last 5 or 10 turns, and your capital was actually being taken. Like it was being captured. And you were still playing.
That was just for fun, really. I kind of conceded.
That was incredible, though. I thought that was the funniest thing. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, you played like another 5 or 6 turns after your capital had been knocked down. And then, but no, now I've been thinking about that as you've been journeying through the rest of the tournament. And yeah, you get yourself into a situation where it's like, it looks really, really bad, but you keep playing, and then all of a sudden, it's no longer so bad, and that's very impressive. I don't know how it happens. And it looks like Klass Koala might be doing the same thing here. So yeah, it's very interesting.
It's very exciting to conduct these defenses.
All right, it does look like Carthage is going to have to redo their last turn, so they do have a little bit of that foreknowledge of some awareness down here. Be curious to see if that augments his decision at all, if he tries his best to just replicate the turn that he had set up before.
Yeah, I think it would be good sportsmanship to replicate your turn, but we will see.
Yeah, we'll see. He is spending orders already. Also, you know what, to be honest, the pace of these things, I don't know about you, but the pace of these things can move in such a way that even, this happened to me in one of my matches. I had to replay one of my turns, and I pretty much did the exact same turn, but that's also because in the time it took me to do my turn, disconnect, and load back in, I didn't even retain any information that I might have seen anyway. Because just like, it's, there's a lot going on.
It looks like he's doing pretty much the same thing, buying tiles along the coast.
Yep. One turn away from architecture. So we'll see what the game plan is there. Ah, yes, our politics in Carthage is looking good, though, now. That's quite a different change of pace.
Well, he has a lot of wood, so maybe if he can get composite bow in his next draw and research it fast, then maybe he can do something to defend. But I'm very worried for him with this massive Hastatus army here.
Yep, and we came down here with the scout. We harvested the iron stone. Yeah, so it looks like more or less he just did it best he could to do the turn. So that's cool. Good on him.
So composite bow would be 8 turns. Its current tech rate. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time, yeah. He had an opportunity to have it about 10 turns ago, I think. I don't know if he would have had it by now, but certainly would be nice.
Oh, the ships are...
All right, here come the ships. Ahoy there! We have our ahoy there moment. Carthage should be able to see this, I think, right? Nope. Oh, yeah. Now we're doing the best. We're looking at the vision. Wait, that's interesting. That's
Exactly
misleading.
I think.
Interesting. That is misleading. I'm fascinated by this. Unless I, as an observer, am not seeing something correctly. I don't understand why I can't see that. But, oh well, whatever. From Carthage's perspective, it does look like he dodged the vision. So that's great. That's really cool. Don't we have another ship coming? Oh, we have another ship coming out in one turn. All right, so these two are positioned, staged, ready to go. And then this one's going to come, and we're going to have... Honestly, this ship won't even be able to do shit about it, because we could... Klass does. 16 orders left. We have some notes all around the map. Let's see. Where is this one? Yeah, these are old. Every single unit is along the coast for the fastest possible movement. Honestly, he doesn't even need to worry about the Byram. There's only one ship. He could just spend as much time as he wants, covering as much coast as he wants, with all of his anchor. And there isn't even anything Carthage would be able to do in response.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a fire ship promotion even possible, so...
Fantastic. Fantastic. I think Doom will come for Carthage. The classic matchup, Rome versus Carthage. And, I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways, Klass wants this to end here, too, because that science gap is going to get out of hand if you just let it sit. We're already at nearly 200 science ahead in the tree, which is not a lot, but it will definitely grow larger and larger.
And we see no shifting of build queues at all after spotting these Hastati.
This is incredible, by the way. Pretty much the entire Roman economy is just metal.
Yeah.
I mean, if it...
Don't need anything else.
If you don't... Yeah, you don't need anything else, so why not? What's his food, actually? Because he does need to feed those guys. Yeah, 41, that's good enough. Fuck it. Who cares? That's so funny. Oh, man.
And it didn't get composite bow in the draw, so...
Alright, I guess sovereignty here.
Yeah, it helps a bit with tyranny, but...
Right,
I wonder if we will just concede. I don't think so, but... It'll be interesting to see what we can do against this massive army.
Klass Koala has flipped into stronger from the last turn or so. So that would be a very upsetting sight for our Carthaginian friends. We have fully secured the coastline. Honestly, though, this is going to be shitty because some of these units, like these spears, are just going to delete this unit. Ugh. Yeah, there's just nothing. I don't think Aran has a response. I like to be optimistic as I can, but this is a harrowing sight for our dear friend Aran. It looks like Aran might have to roll around in the elimination bracket with the rest of us losers. Of course, I am not looking forward to a rematch with him if I do manage to climb high enough.
By the way, this is exactly how I beat Aran in my friendly game as well. That they out-expanded me,
Rome?
then went too heavy on economy, and I killed him with unique units. So,
Well, what was the matchup?
I was Persia, and I think he was Assyria.
Oh, wow, nice. Nice. Good job with Persia when Persia has been getting thrashed in the tournament. They've been picked something like 12 times, and I think they've only won twice.
Yeah, I think Persia can do this same thing that Rome does with the warrior spam, but they have a lot of orders to march around with a big army. So I think they are very strong in an early attack.
Yeah, well, I suppose if you settle hunters and riders, you basically have that passive Roman bonus, right? 2 training in most of your cities.
Yeah, that's what I did. And I
Yeah.
built a lot of X-Men and rushed the Peltons and
That's one of my favorite combos. It'll be interesting. There's some really interesting combos that we don't have in the game. We don't have what don't we have? We don't have champions and riders. That's something we haven't seen yet. And what's another one? Clerics and artisans. Clerics and artisans isn't a thing either. I think clerics and artisans would make a very interesting combination just because artisans nations have such an easy time founding Zoroastrianism. And I think that's probably why there isn't a cleric and artisan nation.
yeah.
But it would be interesting to see. If I were to do... Interesting. Who would I make a cleric and artisan nation? Maybe the Nabateans? Although I don't know they're clerics, traders. All right, here we go. We're coming in for the ships. Moving towards the coastline. I want to watch this from the Carthaginian perspective. There's our first anchor. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles to block. Oh, we're going right up.
Wow.
That seems dangerous.
Interesting.
That
Can
is
he kill it with ranged units? I
bold.
wonder.
That is bold. That is bold. Although I suppose the only way that this gets killed is if this is actually, whoa, this is a very interesting tactic. Okay, so what we have is we have a very, very long coastline, and then we put one ship very, very close. But the only way you're going to kill this ship with the kind of units in place is if you swarm this location with a bunch of units. So like putting all your slingers. So basically you're taxed in 2 different situations where you either want to block as many tiles as possible or swarm to kill a ship. And either way, I think you're screwed. Because there's just so many tiles. Let's count the tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
And
18.
another interesting detail is that he put the champion biremes along the coast, and the strongest ranged attackers that Carthage has are all tribal, so
Yeah.
he only does 4 damage to them, and it would be, I think, 6 to a regular bireme, so...
Yeah, we have
wait, no.
bunch of champions.
They get the extra distance penalty for attacking water, I forgot that.
This is beautiful staging from Klass here. First, we were all along the coast, and now after with the anchoring, we move up to this peninsula. Every unit we have clear across the coast. I'm gonna pan across this. Let's do this.
There, I think Aran can block, like a zone of control, lock this southern part with the birim so that units can't move through. At this part where it's only 3 tiles thick, the anchor zone. So I wonder if you will try to do that, because that would free up a lot of units to block.
Wow, this is incredible. I love this. What a fantastic match.
The Island of Doom in the middle.
The Island of Doom, indeed. All right. Time for the Carthaginian response. They see the anchors. They see the trouble that they are in. They can see all of these units on Bellum. We have 29 orders. And we need 18 units to block this coastline. I don't think you could even do that. Because, well, there's 3 units there, so we would need 15 more units. Oh. Well, he's about to find out. All right. Lesson learned, Aran. If you didn't know that you couldn't stun on the ocean from the land, you do now.
Yeah, and he's doing the exact zone of control lock thing I said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so take a look at that. Let's see what Rome is dealing with. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Well, no, actually, this will need to correct itself next turn. Never mind. Oh, yeah, he's dealing with the zone of control lock with the ship. That's a really strategic use of that ship. Yeah, good call out there. Let's see if we can make it. Let's see what he can cover. I don't think he's got 18 orders left. If could you imagine? Imagine if this game, if like Aran managed to buy time because somehow Rome's just never able to cross this stupid gulf. But honestly, though, Rome could just go around.
Yeah, you can just walk on the land. So
you can just walk. Look at this spear. The spear can go all the way over here without the anchor. Yeah. Oh man. I wonder if Aran is even paying attention to the actual land movement potential of some of these units. Yeah, this commander back here can get all the way to where this unit is, and we don't even have an anchor yet. All right, we have some invisible slingers going to the woods. Can't block the coast with those, buddy. But you can surprise your opponent. 2 orders left. Oh, this is perfect. There is enough straggling around that I think Klass is going to have his pick of the fun on what to kill here. 2 orders left.
yeah, Aran is trying to limit the tiles that like he's trying to zone of control lock the coast, but the problem is that 2 units can kill one of his blockers, and then
yeah. Oh yeah.
the other guys can freely go through. So
no, we have complete free reign of the coast. We have complete free reign of anything. We can do anything we want right now.
Oh, right. Oh, because they can move through this spot. Yep. And the horses don't.
The horses don't do it.
Control. I forgot that. Yeah.
All right, battle. Here it comes. The doom of Carthage. So it was in history, and so it shall be again. Oh, this is nightmarish. This is nice. Oh, we're going in for a launch offensive now, or are we just getting ourselves set up? Oh, chunk. Fantastic.
Maybe trying to launch offensive on the city.
What a time to be alive. Oh,
Maybe
2 hits. Jesus Christ. Yeah, maybe he launches offensive in the city. Oh, there we go, yeah. Boom. Good night. No, he's moving up. You got to do a little bit of everything.
Oh, I never realized you could move with your guys after
Oh, yeah.
removing their
As
attack
long as you
cooldown.
have fatigue. It doesn't refresh your move. You have as much fatigue as the unit has moved.
I completely missed that.
Yeah.
I thought you had to stay in place. Okay.
No. You can move as long as you have fatigue left. It just takes you off of attack cooldown. But if you, as long as you have fatigue, you can move again. It's really cool. All right, so we have 3 kills. Probably. Yep. 4, I believe. We're definitely going to get 5. Oh, man. So the entire Southern Army has been obliterated in one fell swoop. The entire Roman force has made landfall. We moved our fresh, full health ship up to re-anchor. Where did our other ship go? Our other one's right here. That's fine. Okay, so we have 3 ships in the water, all with anchors, and only 1 ship on Aran's side to deal with anything. Check out the event. Nice. Nice.
What event? I don't know how to see it.
Let's see. We have a... Probably part of... What does she have? Why is that not working for me? Why is my tooltip not working? Map of the dagger. Seeding the initiative, maybe? No, that's a good one. I don't know.
His leader changed, but don't know why.
All right, so just in time. We also have an unpopular ruler on the throne for Rome now. The new ruler is unpopular, but they are... and debauched, actually. What a weird set of stats. They're impious as well. Impious, debauched, unpopular.
Yeah, this is the event. I think it says foreign delegation.
Woo! Big opinion hit.
Event, but...
Maybe that'll be a deciding factor. Maybe politics, yeah. Maybe we'll come down to politics. Also, you know what? I'm going to say this right out here, just for Klass, for on the rewatch, buddy, and everybody else. I mean, that's old world, man. That's life in the old world. And we could go around, we could go round and round all day long about what events are crazy and what aren't. But I just want to point something out. For Klass and those watching, Klass got Sword of the Gods twice in this match. So I feel like...
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like if he gets his ruler knifed, that's kind of comes out in the wash at the end. But that's the thing that annoys me. I'm just going to go on this little rant and then we'll go right back to it. Is that everybody complains about the good stuff, but nobody complains about... Sorry, the bad stuff. Everybody complains about the bad stuff, but nobody complains about the good stuff. You get... Sword of the Gods 2 or 3 times in the game, oh, nobody cares. But your cool ruler dies, oh, now we have to file a bug report or say that it should be removed competitive mode or whatever. It's like, no, man, shit happens. That's the old world. We live in it. We have fires. We have brimstone. We have tidal waves.
Case in point, we have a 1-tile wildfire here.
1-tile fire. Here we go. I feel like this always happens. The system knows this is an omen of doom, right? As every time somebody's about to attack or is invading, a calamity starts to happen, and it's really awesome that I would be so curious if that's somehow connected, but of course it's not. It's got to be coincidence. All right, let's take a look
Yeah,
at the power here. Still stronger.
confirmation bias, but
Rome is still stronger, and there is nothing really coming out of build queues for Aran that I think is going to save the day here. We do have a commander on the throne. Where is our Roman commander, I wonder? Is she on anything? Doesn't look like it.
Says General of Spearmen somewhere.
Oh, down here. Here we go. We're down here, yeah, on the spear. There's the commander. Again, this leader is great. She's famous, so plus 40, but she's impious, so minus 40, right? She's debauched, so extra discontent in all your city, and also unpopular, so minus opinion and 5% rebel chance. What? That is, and yet she'll probably carry Rome to victory. So I mean, it's fine.
And it has Swift as well, so it's not a bad leader, I think.
Yeah, Swift commander. That's nice. Swift Rome. That's brutal. And tracker. You know, we want that visibility now. Now's a good, decent time to have that good visibility too. All right.
I think, yeah, it's just on the edge of much stronger for Carthage. Like, he has half the military score right now.
Yeah, if we had look at that. Just, oh, wow. A 200 point, almost exactly 200 point power dip. 5 units were killed. Honestly, I don't even think it's a good idea. All of this stuff is out in the open. Everything is going to die next round.
Yeah, the forests don't protect you from angry Roman hostility.
I think every single thing that we could see in this outside of Carthago Nova is going to die next round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be curious to see if Klass has the orders to get 6 kills next turn. Maybe not. Only 28. Here comes the militia. Wow, Aran is going for the desperate play. I dig it. All right. Here come the Romans. Getting that Commander XP. Oh, a first of rebels. Rebels from Unpopular. Get back in your ships. Go protect the motherland. All right, we've got to take a city. Interesting, we're taking a city and not getting more kills. All right, well, that's not the worst. Yeah, you took a city. Bam! That's... Are we killing a militia? I love Aran. He's such a good sport. All right, here we go. Can we kill an axe off this too? Yes, we can. We can get an axe.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Still 20 orders.
Nice. Incoming spear. Oh, we used our commander on the city. That's okay. Some aggressive scout. I'm surprised we didn't go deeper into the heartland, like to Carthago, to see what's up here with this scout. All right, another spear from the west. Oh, sorry, the east. We'll just let this rebel do rebel stuff. No big deal. Not like it causes discontent when it hits a city or anything like that. This?
Yeah, it's worth thinking about. how to counter Rome. Because these Hastati are very strong in the early phase of the game. Because you have mostly, not mostly melee units, but it's kind of frequent to have melee units, and they really wreck.
Probably Persia, to be honest. Persia would probably be a good pick.
Yeah, light range units in general, if you have them, are the best.
I think so. It's interesting. The nations that have a strong power potential early in the game have a very interesting proposition, right? You can either do one of two things, essentially. You can, tap into your early game power. If you're Carthage, get a bunch of mercs, or if you're Rome, you get a bunch of, early, warriors, and then mass upgrade them to axes or something like that. Or I don't know, if you're Assyria, do a longbow rush. Get a bunch of slingers and mass upgrade them into archers. But the thing that sucks about that is that if you fail, which I feel like is probably the situation that happened here with Aran, right? He leveraged all of his early power for an early timing attack, and one that really did some serious damage, but not enough to actually close out the game. So if that happens, then you run into a situation where you kind of run out of gas, I guess. You don't have anything left in the tank. So then the other thing you can do with your early power spike is expand, get all your territory, and then just sit. Aran didn't have to attack or contest this central location. He could have spent the last 35 turns just building himself up economically and trying to defend against Rome long term. But the interesting thing about that decision is you're effectively just deciding. You're basically rolling the dice on what aspect of the game you are better at. You are better than your opponent at, right? Are you better at the build-up, right? So that's something I did in my game versus Aran. I tried to aggress early. That failed miserably, but I was like, okay, well, then maybe I'll just try to build up. And here, Klass is not taking not allowing Aran the opportunity to lick his wounds. He's going right in for the kill after that initial conflict. Take a look at the power. Still just stronger on Aran.
Aran can kill one Hastatus here, but
All right.
It's not enough.
He is fighting it out. I love this. Still some axes on the northern front as well. Two orders left for Carthage. We got 3 kills here, though. A Hastasis, a Spearman, and he did kill a Byreme. That's kind of funny. Tactician on a Byreme is a pretty solid general assignment, though. I do have to give him props for that. He also did that in another game. I think Tactician on Byreme is really difficult to deal with.
Tactician ships are nasty here.
Yeah. All right, back to Rome with a whopping 38 orders per turn. I think we did a decree last turn, maybe. Or no, we're working on a worker, so no decrees. Unless maybe we slotted it in. Do not tell me you're backing off. Are you backing off? What on earth is happening? What on earth is happening?
Very weird. But maybe he just wants to make sure. Take all the cities.
What
I
on
would kill
earth?
this entire army, but
Oh, this is wild. This is wild. Well, that biream's never getting built. That's hilarious. Is he just going to go the long way around? Is he just going to give him time? I mean, we got more slingers if that happens, but I guess that's not really an issue. What are we producing with spear, slingers, bireme, more hysteria? Yeah, we're fine. Klass, koala, don't play with your food, man. That's funny. Full conquest.
definitely feels like just torturing your opponent.
Let's take a look at that power scale now. Yeah, slight dip from Rome, but yeah, for the first turn 59 to 60 with the first turn where there was no power adjustment for Carthage. That's really, really funny. All right, well, so since we're taking a pause here, let's take a look at where we are in the tech tree. We're getting sovereignty next turn, which opens up what for us? Composite bow, and maybe we can get that free ballista, and we'll save the day. The reality is if that ballista is anywhere outside of a city, it's going to immediately get destroyed.
Tyranny will help a bit to make units, but it's just not enough right now. And his biggest issue is that he can't deal with the hastati at all. Like,
this is awesome. We actually have a spear dealing with this rebel embellum. That's incredible. Building the walls, they get me every time, man. Oh, that's funny. All right, we have composite bow and civics boost are not, and free settler all in the same draw. That's like the worst possible draw. We don't need the settler in this game though, but that's still funny. Building a bunch of roads. Well, I dig it. I dig it. Military units in every queue for the most part. Our economy's fine. We don't need these cities. I mean, once we take Hippo Regis, we won't need boats. So I wouldn't be surprised if Klaus is content to let his navy sink.
yeah, he could kill the tactician. Both, I think, with this is 10 damage and yeah.
Wow.
He's not adapting tyranny yet, which is interesting. I think I would instantly do that.
And it looks like we never adopted philosophy or engineering either, which figured we would have grabbed engineering, but I guess maybe we're already under attack by the time that happened, so it was no longer wonder spam territory, perhaps. All right, looks like we might have a concession. Yep. Well, I think you got me. Good game. And there it is. The unstoppable force is broken by the immovable object. Incredible match by both players.
Indeed.
We'll see if I can get a save from these guys just in case. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, I'm going to see if I can get these guys on the chat with us. In fact, I'm going to hop into the Hanging Gardens on our Discord. So why don't you hop out of this call and hop down there?
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right. Hello, Aran.
Hello.
Hey. Welcome. All right.
Thank
Fantastic game. How are you feeling?
A bit surprised now at the end. I thought I would have seen some biomes. Maybe I missed it, but having 3 coming in with all those troops, yeah, I got caught with my pants down.
Yeah, it looked like I was thinking at the start of the session after you had to back off a little bit. It was thinking like looking like it was like looking at your build queues and stuff. It looked like you probably were anticipating a lot more time for Rome to build up and be ready to retaliate against you. You know, with your architecture grab, and you were building tons of workers and stuff like that. And is that, would you say that's kind of like where your head with that you probably thought that this might have been a build-up session?
Yeah, I thought that maybe Klass would use like his position from last game to try to build up more. And even if he wanted to go on the offensive, I would have been able to hold off in the north, or maybe blocking him off if I saw that he was trying to do a naval attack. But yeah, caught on too late and had too little.
Yeah, it was a surprising and impressive battle for the center of the map. The both of you guys were just tossing units at each other, and in reality, I mean, you really didn't suffer. If we look at the power graph from around that time frame, you really didn't suffer too many losses, while Rome actually took several different dips. You guys started fighting around turn 26, 27, and he had a big dip in power there, and then again around turn 40. You guys were fighting pretty much for that entire, 15, 20 turns. And you were coming out ahead, and you took a city, and you got that amazing 4 or 5 warrior route chain off of your elephant, and then you kept pressing in, and I'm just surprised that it didn't really phase Klass. He lost so many units and then was able to come back with just such an imposing force.
Yeah, I made a mistake there trying to press on towards his other champion city in the north. I think I should have just, after taking the central town, gone for the southern Vandal spot.
Yeah.
Hello, Klass.
Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I was really happy that my statement city, Villa Erukani, was so nicely positioned that it was very hard to attack it, and you were kind of honestly forced to go into the champion city, because if you were to move your troops to the south, oh man, there were so many hills and forests there. So Yeah, the natural avenue of attack was Agulia Trevora, and
Yeah, I was
able
not
to
happy with
clear
the
circle.
terrain at all this game. From going north at the very start, I just finding hills and shrub everywhere, and not finding like. I think I probably just should have kept on fighting the Vandals instead of waiting to recruit more troops, because I was slowed down so much in the early expansion, so my timing was off.
Yeah, you got a bit lost at the start, not finding tribal sites and the barbarian camps.
My scout was just running around like, where's the next barb site around like Mount Mizar? I thought there would be something, but no. I had to go past the free site to the south, like Klass did. Very impressive, fast early expansion, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really impressive to see that you keep pace, because Carthage obviously is very rapid at expanding, and I definitely think if anyone can keep pace with them, it's going to be Rome, because they have the extra fatigue, and of course they do have champions. Now, Klaus, I have to ask, you got absolutely hammered in the first half. I mean, Aran was killing like huge swaths of your units over and over and over again. How do you keep your head in the game? How do you keep your morale high? How do you suffer a 4 or 5 warrior route chain and still just be like, all right, this is fine. I'll just come back later. I'll just retreat. I'll back up. I'll come back later. I don't need those 5 units that I just lost, even though you only killed like 1 axeman. Like you were, or it wasn't even that. I think you killed a slinger. I think you killed the zealot leader was on a slinger, and I think you put like 4 or 5 warriors around the slinger to kill it, to eliminate the zealot from the field. But then the stompy boy came out from behind the next turn and killed all of your warriors. So I have to say kudos for the resilience, but like, what's your stress level when you're playing the game in real time and you're having that type of stuff happen? Was there at any point in the game where you thought, I'm completely screwed?
Actually, no. I was very pumped. I mean, honestly, when you get route chained by an elephant, and I knew this was an elephant from the card, by the way, since I knew Aran had only 3 lows. So yeah, I knew it was brutal. But look, I played Carthage a lot of times. The thing about Carthage is that they have superb early game. Like, no one can match them there. I was like, at some points of the game, I was ahead in number of cities against Aran, and yeah, like that was my goal, and I was surprised I was able to do that. But basically, I told myself I'm gonna lose 1 or even 2 cities, so I was able to lose the northern city, Augusta Trevora. I just knew how good Carthage early game is. The thing is, they're a paper tiger. Like, as soon as I was able to get Hastati, that's it. That's the game over, because nothing counters Hastati. They're like an earlier swordsman, so nothing counters them. They counter Axeman, they counter Maceman. They're so damn good. And I'm Rome, so I can print them. So my strategy was to basically sustain as much as I can, and then find a weak spot and just funnel all my units in there. I was thinking that probably I would need to wait some extra time, like when I was just like on my first 5 turns, that I would need to go for unique units of strength 8, legionaries, I believe. But in the end, I kind of didn't really need them, honestly. So yeah, like morale was fine. Okay, so, like Zealot turning the unit, the warrior, into Aran's warrior. Okay, well, this means that Aran has just spent 400 civics. Fine,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Let's continue. And my capital was just printing all these warriors. I knew that it was about trading. I'm checking out the records right now. It looks like if you zoom into military units killed, we killed the same amount of units, 38 and 38. If you
I was
That's
trying out
incredible.
this stats early on. I think I was actually a bit more demoralized that I was expecting to get more out of my early push because I've been trying out these kind of games back and forth a lot, and didn't really find a good counter to this silent Carthage. But it was really smart having this warlike schemer and just pushing out the culture for the goal of, as you said, getting out a state too.
Now,
So-
yeah,
And
so
the
Developing capital was. Check out military units produced to see the printing power of Rome. Aaron, you produced 13 units, and I think you converted something like 4 or 5 units, and then you hired
42
Yeah, and I
units from
produced
Klass.
42.
That's incredible.
yeah.
That's why I was building these mines like crazy. If you check out my game right now, I have a lot of iron, but most of this is from an event. So all my game, I was starved for resources to just print more units, print more
Mhm.
units, print more units. I never bothered to build enough farms. I thought, okay, I'm gonna buy all the food I need, and then I would need lots of iron for warriors, for spearman upgrade, and finally for Hastati. Like iron was the focus of my game.
Yeah, and
So-
it was smart to also stay on the warriors because my enlists wasn't as good. In my practice games, I was able to enlist spears and stuff, but you had your Sword of the Gods leader on the only spear you had early on, so my enlists weren't even that good.
So, Aaron, do you ever feel like that sometimes, because I feel like this happened in our match, you ever feel like you get the sense that sometimes Carthage can bait you with the size of its own strength? Like you have your mercenaries, you have, a dozen units to your opponent's maybe 6 or 8 or whatever, and you're thinking, does it make it harder to judge whether you should or shouldn't pressure, given the size of your force and having so much of that be mercenaries?
Maybe, but I mean that was the game plan this game. That it's a small map. I have this early advantage. Want to use my early 6 strength units and lists. So if I don't get anything out of that, then I made a failed gambit. I'm a bit behind. I need to get back.
Yeah, definitely a risk, and I feel like that's the type of thing. That's the balance that you kind of struggle with too. Like plays like that, or like we've seen in with the tactician rush, things like that. Like those can be game-winning, game-defining plays. But I think you're exactly right to call it like a gambit because it's that thing where it's like if it doesn't work out, well then you're probably gonna lose the game because of the amount of effort you put into the strategy, I guess. I think you enlisted like 4 or 5 times in a row and all of them were warriors, and it's like that could have ended a match, to be honestly, because you were killing and recruiting so many things.
Yeah, the problem was they were like dying the next turn because of the Sword of the Gods leader. I couldn't really hold on to them.
Like, you recruit one of my units, and you're very deep in my territory. And next turn, my cities produce 2 warriors. So okay, you recruited 1, my cities produce 2, and you near say Villa Erukani. Remember, there was a moment when Avencium was still Man City. You were in the middle of Avencium, Villa Erukani. So I was able to move my warriors quite easily from the east to the west. And I imagine you would have needed to spend like lots of orders to move from Carthago or Carthago Nova or Hadramentum to essentially meet me on the field of the battle. Because if you check out the Shrine of Bellona, I positioned it specifically near Villa Irukani so that I would be able to get into the combat fast. And basically, Roma produced a warrior, and the same turn this warrior was hitting your units. Like, same turn. Not every time, but very frequently.
That's crazy.
I think if I managed to like either continue expanding in the north, so I would like get closer to you earlier, not like sitting waiting around to recruit more tribals, or if I had gone south from the beginning and like matched expansion speed, then I wouldn't be in the same pressure to go like all in on that attack. Maybe I don't go for the steel tech. Maybe I try to go for some other research instead. But the way this game went, I feel like I had to go on the offensive or I would get behind.
Well, it was definitely an amazing first half to watch. I was in and out of it watching while Fluffy and Filthy were streaming it, but man, yeah, every time I popped back in, there was just another devastating blow being dealt by Aran. So really, really strong tactics, by the way, on your front, all throughout that battle. I feel like you know, you're building up a reputation of someone who rarely makes mistakes, and so watching your gameplay and your tactics is always a treat. And it was very impressive to watch Klass as well bear the brunt of that assault and then just kind of retreat and come back for the win. Now, Klass, I was curious, one last question about this, because you were saying how you felt like you could afford to lose a city or maybe even two cities as you were building up and, you know, you had a game plan, you're going to get all your iron and you're going to get your unique unit and win the day that way. I guess my last curiosity is it felt, as a viewer watching the battle for the central site, it felt like you were pouring so much resources. I saw you rush one or two warriors out. It felt like you were throwing so much to try and hold the central city. Were you trying to hold it, or were you just trying to get as many kills as you could before it fell?
I definitely was trying to hold it.
Okay.
I was expecting it to fall eventually, but I needed more time. I needed more time for Hastati. For Hastati, first in Roma, and this was the place where I would expect to produce Hastati. Then in Italica, this was the place where I expected to only rush them. And then surprisingly, I thought Hastati place in Bannonia, but I never used it. So yeah, basically, I wanted to have as much time as I can. Like,
Nice.
if miraculously I would have kept Aventicum, wow, wonderful. Thank you, Aaron. Never expected this. But yeah, I never hold it. So I was like, okay, fine. That's fine. I want to point out that uh, playing in network game is on timer. There is so much stress, and I made so many stupid
Yeah.
mistakes. I was shouting at myself when this whole debacle happened with my starting leader. So I started as a
It's part of
skimmer,
the experience, yeah.
Yeah.
to switch to a judge. So you need skimmer probably for the first 20 turns. Then you can switch into other archetypes. Like I was sitting on excess orders, and I didn't need to buy them after turn 20. And my scout died from an event on silver. I hate this event. It's so bad, but like
Can
I
I
was a silver,
ask?
and
I
then
mean, this
listen
was
to the
a.
finish. I forgot to upgrade my garrison. Like I had garrison.
I
in
know,
Italica
yeah.
and
We
Roma.
all
I
we
needed to
had a good
upgrade
laugh
them
about the
and upgrade
garrison.
them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then I misclicked. So I was able to produce Hastati 8 turns later
I
than I
know.
initially planned.
Yeah.
8 turns, like eight
Yeah.
freaking turns. That's so much time. In like what, in 60-turn game, 8 turns is oh my gosh. I would have
Crazy.
had like instead of 3 spears, I would have had like 3 Hastati.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I ask? I mean, this was a really smart, like strategic game plan, very well executed. Like picking the map, I was thinking that you probably had something prepared, like you were kind of expecting either to play Carthage or play against Carthage. In my practice games, I couldn't really find anything that worked against like this kind of Carthage rush. And I mean, if this game were a little bit different, let's say you didn't have the Sword of the Gods, and maybe I expand in a different way, I think it would have been even more difficult to defend. I could have pushed on further. Like, how was your experience in like finding out a strategy to defend against Carthage?
Yeah, so I never had enough time to practice. And like I practiced probably like a month ago or so for 2 times. And then it was only cloud games. And in cloud games, I've been doing some wonky stuff like Try Not Babylon on ABC map mode or like Punic Duel or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I never actually played against Carthage. Like I've never ever played on a dual square map or like on a small map. I played against Carthage as Rome in a Punic duel as Rome, but that map is quite different. So I just kind of knew that like how Carthage would play. I was thankful that the only net the capital had was fish.
Yeah.
So I was actually expecting you to found as riders because normally on a map like this you can find some other place to just plant your traders. But honestly, this map was very weird. There is no single good place for a trader capital, trader seat.
Yeah.
So
Only
yeah,
one pearl
I never.
resource
Where?
in the top
I
corner.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, yes. Okay. So, yeah, I just just improvised on the fly.
Yeah, it was smart.
I had some ideas. Like I need to go for unique units. Rome has the best unique units and all. And I made a ton of mistakes. And yeah, I was lucky with the sort of god, sure. But overall, I think it would be fair if Carthage was nerfed just a bit. And I'm saying this as a person who loves to play Carthage, maybe like 25% less civics, so something like that, slightly, no, not a lot, but slightly. But yeah, it's yeah. What can I say? Sort of
Well,
God was fun, but remember I was able to use it for like 8 turns. My ruler died very fast, but it was a very nice thing.
yeah, I mean, you've definitely it's definitely been proving that as powerful as Carthage is, even in the hands of a skilled player, they can still be defeated. Aran beat me, and you just beat Aran. So, I mean, it's always easy to say like, oh, if we went south instead of north, or north instead of south, things would have been differently. And actually, Aran, I had the exact same situation in our game where the one camp, there was only one camp that we could recruit tribals from on that match.
Yeah.
And it was
I
the
got lucky in
last,
that game.
even though it was actually really not that far from my city, just because of where I went by going south, it was the last camp that I found. So yeah, it's interesting how minor things like that, what direction you scout. And when we think about Fluffy Bunny's match and the Tactician Rush, if he went
Right.
north or west or east instead of south, like that can define a game. And it's really fascinating to see how discovering the map can influence how the game pans out. But I think you both played very well. I think you both played very strong games, and it did look like it could have been a decisive victory for Aran at a couple of different points. But, I mean, such is life in the old world. Sometimes events happen, or luck happens, or your opponent will just, refuse to surrender no matter how many of their units you kill. And it's very annoying. But you both played very well. It was super entertaining to watch. So I'm very grateful that you guys have taken the time to play live and for us to watch. And now you are both champions, really, because Klass, you are undefeated in the tournament. You will await the final challenger who will rise from the elimination bracket. And Aran, you are now at the top of that elimination bracket, who will wait for the rest of us to fight it out, to face you one more time, and you get another shot at headed back into the final to become champion of this thing. So if you guys have any other final thoughts, please share them now, and then I'm going to close out the stream.
Thanks for casting, and again, well played, Klass. Well-deserved victory.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for the observers. Thank you, Aran, for playing with me. It was lots of fun. To all the streamers, thank you very much. I will definitely rewatch the game and try to find all the stupid things I did, because I did lots of very stupid things, and I definitely felt that I need to improve my game. Just one fun fact: I'm very actually looking forward to losing a game of Old World. So I've been playing lots of games, and I haven't lost one yet. I mean,
Suffering from success.
so yeah, I'm honestly waiting for that moment to happen.
All right, well, I'm on my way, buddy. Just sit tight. All right, thanks again, guys. I'm going to close out the stream now. Thanks again, and until next time. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. If you're with us live, still about 7 to 10 of you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. We had a great game here between Aran and Klass. We had a strong contest for this center trap city. Aran put everything he had into taking this central site, tried to push forward, and was repelled, and that gave our Roman Empire time to build up a massive force, cross the ocean into Carthage, and begin burning the empire down. I appreciate everybody being here. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, please give us a like and subscribe, and also please join the Old World Discord channel. You can join Discord by hopping onto the Old World game and looking to the bottom left-hand side of your title screen, the main menu there. You'll see a link to all of Mohawk's social medias. That's where the Discord channel is. And please hop on and join the conversation. Get in all the buzz of the tournament and any tip, strategy, talk you want to have. Or if you want to set up your own multiplayer game, then duels like this. Would love to have you. Anyway, I'm Siontific. This has been the Old World Community Tournament. I appreciate you being here. And also, I realized I accidentally hung up on Blaj, my co-caster, and I kicked him off of the screen, this stream while I was summing everything up. So, thank you, Blaj, for being with us, and I apologize. But yeah, all right. Take care, everybody. Until next time.